In 1920, a small group of activists and organizers knew there was a need for a defender, a watchdog of civil rights and the promises of the Constitution. They were idealists, dreamers. They were living in an era in which people were jailed for opposing the government's war effort, an era in which immigrants were demonized and deported under the cover of anti-communist hysteria. In that fire, the ACLU was born. This band of activists didn't trust the courts. How could they? The courts had failed, repeatedly, to uphold what they saw as America's highest aspirations. The courts were merely a stage for making a point. And then, a funny thing happened. In the decades that followed, the ACLU became the most potent public interest legal organization in the United States. And when the leaders of the ACLU realized that their work had to be organized in the states, it was only natural that their work would arrive in the place where the Constitution was born. In 1951, the ACLU's Greater Philadelphia branch emerged. In the nearly 7 decades since then, the ACLU of Pennsylvania has continued to be the leading defender of civil liberties in the Commonwealth. When others shrink away from a fight, one organization stands tall. It was the ACLU of Pennsylvania that repeatedly challenged religious doctrination in public schools. It was the ACLU of Pennsylvania that fought police brutality and misconduct. It was the ACLU of Pennsylvania that paved the way and ultimately won marriage equality. And it was the ACLU of Pennsylvania that rushed to the airport when people were turned away from America's front doors simply because of their faith. When the fight isn't popular, when doing the right thing is viewed by so many as the wrong thing, one organization stands in the breach.